Think about this. The Detroit Lions, they miss out on the player that they covet. Did not get the wide receiver they want. They did not get the linebacker they want or the safety. Whatever position they like, they did not address it in the draft. And unfortunately, they still got a gaping hole to fill for the 2022 NFL season. What is a way to make that situation get better? Via trade. And in this video, I'm going to give you 5 trade targets the Detroit Lions could look to acquire to help their team out if they miss out on some prospects in the draft. But before we get into this video, if you think it'd be a real smart idea to go skinny dipping in Lake Michigan in the middle of January, then go ahead and subscribe to my channel because we talk all things Detroit Lions news and rumors. And sometimes you could just feel cold and frozen after a Lions loss. So also, make sure you take that like button with you. Throw that bad boy in the Lake Michigan. Let's turn that thing into an ice cube. Let's get into today's Lions top 5 trades for the 2022 NFL season.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Hey, Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and the YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
Before we get into this list, let me know in the comment section, spam some names who you think the Detroit Lions should trade for if all else fails. They definitely could be players not on this list. Maybe it's someone you covet. Maybe it's a former player. I don't know. But spam the comment section with some names who you think the Lions should look to get. Hey, that's what it's all about, is getting the conversation flowing. This channel is for you. Put in a name who you want. The Detroit Lions need help at linebacker, and that is no doubt about it. They have a chance to really upgrade the position in the NFL draft, but just like my intro there, what if they're unable to get a quality player and they miss out on some guys? Well, there's a player from the Arizona Cardinals they could look to acquire, and that's Jordan Hicks, linebacker. He's got another year on his deal. The Detroit Lions could get him and throw him on the defense to help out this young core. The issue with him is his age. He's nearly 30 years old, but he's still got a lot of playability for the Arizona Cardinals. The problem with him is they just got a lot of young talent over there at the linebacker core, and they're probably going to get younger, and moving away from Jordan Hicks would elevate an issue and also acquire them some talent. They need help at the edge position. So how about we do a player swap? Trey Flowers for Jordan Hicks. They get an edge player, something that we really don't need, and we get a Jordan Hicks, a linebacker who can help the Lions out for the 22 NFL season if they can't get the talent in the draft or free agency. Let me know what you think about Jordan Hicks helping out the Detroit Lions in 2022. Another player on my list and a lot of subscribers talk about is wide receiver Calvin Ridley. He's a very talented wide receiver, 6'1". He's only 27 years old. He is being underutilized, I feel like, for the Atlanta Falcons. I think their head coach just don't know really how to use his ability. I think he'd really help out the Lions offensively, and his contract is not bad at all. He's only 27 years old, still got some good years for him. So what can the Detroit Lions do to get him? How about a player trade as well? Jeffrey Okudah for Calvin Ridley. The Lions have very good secondary right now, young and promising secondary with Jerry Jacobs, Melifonwu, and Amani Oruwariye. So if they feel that Jeffrey Okudah is not the plans for it, let's do a player swap. We get a wide receiver, something that the Lions need help at, no doubt about it. One of the biggest needs, who's not big via contract, and who's going to help us immediately to a team who is maybe trying to get a little bit younger, obviously, and they need help at the secondary position. Maybe they can rejuvenate Jeffrey Okudah's career. Now, I know that when it comes to Calvin Ridley, the compensation potentially, if you wanted to draft, would be a second-round pick, but in all honesty, I think that's what you could get if you were to trade a Jeffrey Okudah. So a player swap would help out both teams, in my opinion. Do you like this trade idea? If you don't like it, Tell me why. If you think the compensation it should be different, let me know in the comment section. Now, this one is a player that definitely showed out in the playoffs. He definitely wasn't utilized enough in the regular season. This is Brandon Aiyuk, wide receiver from the San Francisco 49ers. He is young, 23 years old, and I think this would be a really good compliment to Amon-Ra St. Brown. Throw him on there. That would be a good 1-2 combination or a 2-3 combination, and you still invest in players, whether you're going to go with a Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That would be a good combination of wide receivers, in my opinion. Brandon Aiyuk has got some speed. He can get open, and he can make some plays. We've seen it in the big games. In the playoffs, where you make your money, he showed himself to be a very good wide receiver. When it comes to San Francisco, why would they trade them? Well, right now, we don't know what's going to go on with the offense of the San Francisco 49ers. Jimmy Garoppolo, he's probably done there. They didn't utilize Brandon Aiyuk too much in the regular season, so maybe they would like to look in the draft to get some help. Maybe you just go ahead and throw them a second or a third round pick if you feel that somebody in the second round is not good enough. Or if you missed out on a wide receiver in the second round, maybe the first, third round pick of the two that you have, throw him on the Detroit Lions. The offense is much improved. If you haven't subscribed, you might as well hit that subscribe button if you're watching anyways. Right now, about 63% of my audience is not subscribed. The more subscribers we get, the more chance that the channel gets pushed out there. So right now, we're about 20,250. Let's get to 20,300 by the end of this video. With your help, I know it can get done. Hit that subscribe button for Lions news and rumors. Kenneth Murray, linebacker from the Los Angeles Chargers. This guy, to me, would be a really good fit for the Detroit Lions. He's a universal linebacker, exactly what Aaron Glenn likes defensively, a guy who can pass rush and drop back. He's the prototypical weight and size, 6'3", 241. I think perfectly, again, for what the Detroit Lions want. He is young at 23 years old. He's formerly a first-round pick. They're misusing him a little bit over there in LA. Maybe the new style of defense that they're running does not fit what Murray has. So why not attempt to make a trade for this guy? If you can't get a linebacker in round 1 or round 2, I think throwing our very first third-round pick at the Chargers to acquire Kenneth Murray would be a very good compliment to Derrick Barnes, Jalen Reeves-Maybin, and who else is there at linebacker. A very young trio of players that can get at it. May you bring back Alex Anzalone to be the veteran for this group. But Kenneth Murray, I think, would be a solid addition to the Lions. And a third-round pick for a guy who was a first-round pick, I think would be solid. You still got another year on his rookie deal. If he does well, extend him. And that is exactly what it's all about. So I would think this would be a solid trade if you miss out on good linebackers in the draft. Lastly, and surely not least, is a individual that I talked about already on a previous video, is DK Metcalf, the wide receiver out of the Seattle Seahawks. This guy is a big body, 6'3", 228. He's got the big arms. He's contested catch. He's exactly what we don't have on this offense right now. What's good about his game, he's very solid at blocking because he's big. He's only 24 years old, and he is a guy that would be an immediate impact on the Detroit Lions offense. Insert him, wide receiver 1. There's some baggage because it does feel like at some times this guy can be a diva and maybe be upset that he's not getting all the targets in the world. We don't know what's going on with the Seattle Seahawks. They definitely could go on rebuild. We don't know. There's a lot of issues going on there. Maybe they want to go in a different direction regarding the wide receiver position. The Lions then would have an opportunity to acquire a guy who would be solid for this team. He's going to be inexpensive, still on the rookie deal. And guess what? If he does good, you can extend him, just like we talked about previously with Murray. The compensation here would, I think they'd probably ask for a first-round pick. But we're talking about a second-round pick. It's the second pick in the second round. I think it'd be difficult for me to want to give up that 31st or 32nd pick, but maybe that first pick in the second round, throw that to Seattle, add him to the team, because you would have to deal with re-signing him if so, and his potential divaness, and I think that's a little bit weighs on the compensation that Seattle would get if they try to trade him. So I think you can use that to kind of bend the projection here. Now, when it comes to trading players, in all honesty, I'm all about drafting the players. I think I've been talking about this on my channel since I started. You build through the draft. But guess what? I'm not in charge of the Detroit Lions. This is something that they do, not me. And this is options if they miss out on the draft. I think we can get really good in this year's draft. We got a lot of picks, but at the same time, we don't want to miss out on players that can help this team out. And when you're picking at 31 and 32, there's a good chance that you're going to miss out on some very good players that goes to other teams, and maybe you're not getting the same value of player, and you'd want to look to trade to get that player. Want to make some money? Well, guess what? The Super Bowl is coming up. Go to chatsports.com/linesbet. You put in the promo code LINES125. You get a 125% deposit bonus. Hey, put in $100, spend $125. But you don't have to be all crazy. You can just spend $5, like a lottery ticket. No big deal. You don't have to get up and go to a gas station. You just do a couple clicks and make some money. Chatsports.com/linesbet. Well, let me know in the comment section again if you want specific players traded, or if you kind of like my idea where, hey, I just want to go ahead and draft and do it the right way. Draft our players. That is kind of me, but I am just one individual. Let me know what you guys think. Also, we got videos dropping every single day. The One Pride podcast is tomorrow on my channel, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, a fun show. If you have questions, you throw in some good ones, I'm going to feature you on Saturday. Friday, we got videos. We got videos all the time, so make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest news and rumors regarding our Detroit Lions.